So, boom! Your wedding was filmed for Bravo, your mama hated the man, the prenup was a whole storyline. Fast forward 11 years, and in the divorce, he's asking for primary custody and claiming he was pressured to sign that prenup. You clap back telling the judge, please roll the Bravo footage of our wedding. You're also asking to seal the entire case from the public. And meanwhile, the blogs are saying he was talking to other women behind your back while you're on Instagram calling yourself emotionally broken, just trying to hold it together. This is Kandi versus Todd, a custody fight, a prenup battle with reality TV receipts, a motion to seal, and a rumor mill with no real receipts. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Receipts and Reasonable Doubt. I'm your animated bestie with the court tea, Hunny Hearsay. In this episode, we're pulling from public court filings and reputable reporting from places like People, Us Weekly, The Griot, Reality Tea, and others, not from doxing, stalking, or fan fiction. Quick disclaimer, bestie, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not their lawyer. This is commentary, not legal advice. And the rules over here are simple. No harassing Kandi, no harassing Todd, no dragging their kids, their family, or their lawyers. No threats, no doxing, no go spam his page energy. We're here to understand the case and the system, not attack the people in it. Let's set the stage. Kandi Burruss, singer, songwriter, businesswoman, Tony winner, longtime Real Housewives of Atlanta star. Todd Tucker, producer turned entrepreneur who met Kandi while working on RHOA. They met during filming, started dating, and by April 2014, they were married, with Bravo giving us a 5-part wedding special, Kandi's Wedding. That special matters because the prenup was literally a storyline. Mama Joyce was loudly suspicious. We saw Todd hesitate and then eventually agree to sign before the wedding. They've been married 11 years and share Ace, born 2016, Blaze, born 2019, plus Kandi's daughter Riley and Todd's daughter Kayla from prior relationships. On November 21, 2025, Kandi files for divorce in Georgia. In court docs reported by People and Us Weekly, she describes the marriage as irretrievably broken. Lists July 15, 2025 as their separation date, initially asks for joint legal and joint physical custody of Ace and Blaze, and enforcement of their 2014 prenuptial agreement. So in that first petition, she's not asking the judge to pick a main parent. She's saying, we'll share the kids and I want the prenup enforced. A few days later, on November 26th, Todd files his response and counterclaim, and that's where things heat up. According to court docs summarized by Reality Tea, The Griot, BET, and others, he asks for primary physical custody of Ace and Blaze, with joint legal custody, and wants final decision-making authority if they can't agree on major issues. His filing says, the kids are currently primarily living with him in Georgia. Kandi has out-of-state work obligations that will keep her away for at least the next several months, so he wants to be the primary residential parent while still giving her substantial time and meaningful access. Important nuance. Reports say his paperwork does not paint her as an unfit mom. It describes Kandi as a loving and capable parent. He's just using her travel schedule as the reason he should be primary. On the money side, his counterclaim questions the prenup's enforceability, claims he was pressured to sign it right before the wedding, says his attorney wasn't present when he signed the final version, and opens the door to a different asset division and possibly alimony if the prenup is tossed or modified. So his message on paper is, I should be primary parent and this prenup might not hold the way she thinks it does. Kandi does not let that sit. On December 1st, she files an amended divorce petition responding to his counterclaim. Outlets like Us Weekly, The Shade Room, the Jasmine Brand, and The Griot lay out two major shifts. First, custody, from joint to sole physical, primary. Originally, she wanted joint legal and joint physical custody. In the amended petition, she now asks for sole physical custody of Ace and Blaze, essentially primary physical custody, while maintaining some form of joint legal custody so they both have a say in big decisions. Her filing reportedly argues both she and Todd are public figures and self-employed entrepreneurs. Both have work that sometimes requires travel. She has consistently paid for a nanny when work takes her away, and the kids have a strong local support network. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, living within about 5 to 20 miles of the family home. So she's telling the court, we both travel. I've always arranged childcare. I have family support nearby. And if someone's going to be primary, I want that to be me. Next, the prenup. Kandi basically said, Judge, please play the Bravo tape, the viral receipts. Todd's side says, I signed under pressure right before the ceremony without my lawyer truly there. Kandi's amended petition turns right back to the cameras. According to excerpts shared by outlets and commentators, she states Todd had a high-powered lawyer during the prenup negotiations. The filing notes that their journey to an enforceable prenup was filmed and broadcast on Bravo as Kandi's Wedding. It cites footage where Todd consults with counsel on and off camera and then audibly announces he's good to sign the agreement. So her message on the prenup is, if you're going to say you were pressured and unrepresented, Your Honor, please look at the televised record where you can see him talk to his lawyer and say he's good to sign. Then, on December 2nd, Kandi files a motion to seal the entire divorce case. Based on that motion, summarized by sites like the Jasmine Brand, Baller Alert, and others, she argues she and Todd are public figures in entertainment and TV. It is in the best interests of their minor children, Ace and Blaze, that the proceedings, filings, and all aspects of the case be sealed from the public record. The motion specifically mentions concerns about details being spread on social media, the internet, and the media at large, and the risk that publicity could compromise the integrity of the proceedings and harm the children. As of now, there has been no publicly reported ruling yet on that motion, and no separate filing from Todd specifically objecting to sealing has been widely reported. So on top of everything else, she's basically telling the judge, this is getting too public and too messy. For our kids' sake, please take this off the internet. Let's translate the custody language. In most U.S. states, Georgia included, you'll see legal custody. Who makes the big decisions? School, medical, religion. Physical custody, where the children primarily live. Common setups, joint legal, joint physical, kids split time fairly evenly. Joint legal, primary, sole physical. Kids mostly live with one parent, the other has parenting time or visitation. Timeline in this case. First, Kandi's original filing asking for joint legal plus joint physical custody and to enforce the prenup. Then, Todd's counterclaim asking for joint legal but primary physical custody with him, plus final decision-making authority when they disagree. Next came Kandi's amended petition. Now she wants sole primary physical custody of Ace and Blaze with shared legal custody, and she emphasizes they both travel and she has always arranged childcare. So what started as let's share the kids is now two parents both asking the judge to make them the main household. Now let's talk about the public storyline versus the court paperwork, and then we'll get into the cheating chatter. First, let's discuss public co-parenting and Kandi's emotionally broken IG. Publicly, they've tried to keep things peaceful for the kids. Just days after the filing, they both showed up for Blaze's 6th birthday. Full Snow White theme, smiling family photos. At Thanksgiving, Kandi posted a picture with the kids and Kayla, but not Todd. Fans assumed he was missing. She later clarified he was there for the holiday, just not in that specific shot. In interviews and lives, she said the breakup had been brewing for a while. She's been going through it, even when she looks fine online, and she's trying to co-parent with respect. Then recently, she posted that now viral Instagram montage where she described herself as emotionally broken, said she's been smiling for work, family, and friends while hiding intense inner stress and sadness. She talked about being the strong friend everyone leans on who is actually struggling, and basically told the world, I'm breaking down behind the scenes. So publicly, from Kandi's own mouth, the emotional storyline is, I'm showing up, I'm working, I'm co-parenting, but this divorce is breaking me. Now let's talk about the public storyline versus the court paperwork, and then we'll get into the cheating chatter. Now we also have to discuss the talking to other women allegation. Forewarning, there are no real receipts. Now, the cheating discourse. People and other outlets have reported, based on anonymous sources, that Kandi allegedly discovered Todd had been talking to other women behind her back. She allegedly had no idea, and that this contributed to the breakdown of the marriage. Here's where receipts and reasonable doubt draws a line. This allegation is not in any court filings we've seen. We have no public receipts, no texts, DMs, screenshots, or exhibits filed with the court. It is coming only from unnamed sources talking to media outlets. So we're going to treat it exactly as what it is, an allegation from a source, not a proven fact. Bestie. It is absolutely valid for someone to feel betrayed by emotional or physical cheating. But on this channel, we are receipts first. Until there's a filing, a sworn statement, or actual exhibits, I'm not going to sit here and legally label him a cheater. We'll say, this has been reported by sources, but there are no hard receipts in the public record. And we leave it at that. Let's do a clean receipts check so we don't get lost in the mess. What we know, on the record, Kandi's initial filing was on November 21st, 2025. She filed for divorce in Georgia after 11 years of marriage, listed July 15, 2025 as their separation date, called the marriage irretrievably broken, and asked for joint legal and physical custody and to enforce the 2014 prenup. Then came Todd's counterclaim on November 26th. He requests primary physical custody, keeps joint legal custody in, but wants final say if they can't agree. Claims the kids are primarily with him, and Kandi has out-of-state work for months, and questions the prenup's enforceability and opens the door to different asset division and possible alimony. This was followed by Kandi's amended petition on December 1st. She shifts to asking for sole primary physical custody of Ace and Blaze, emphasizes both are public figures who travel, points out her use of a nanny and nearby family support, and cites Kandi's wedding and Bravo/RHOA footage showing Todd with counsel, then saying he was good to sign the prenup. Then Kandi filed the motion to seal the entire case on December 2nd, arguing that, as public figures with minor children, keeping filings and evidence off the internet protects the kids and the integrity of the proceedings. No ruling on that motion has been publicly reported yet. There's also the public co-parenting and emotional state of things. They attended Blaze's birthday together and spent Thanksgiving together. Kandi says the breakup has been brewing for a while. She's now calling herself emotionally broken in an IG montage, saying she's been hiding deep stress and sadness behind a strong face. And finally, the other women allegation. People magazine and similar outlets report that, according to sources, Todd was talking to other women behind Kandi's back and she had no idea. This is not in the legal filings and there are no public receipts yet. It remains an unproven allegation. And here's what we don't know yet. How the judge will rule on custody. Does anyone get primary or sole physical custody? The prenup, fully enforced, partially enforced, or adjusted. Any specific support or asset split details. Whether the motion to seal will be granted, which could dramatically cut down how much we can see going forward and what actually happened in any alleged conversations with other women. Because again, that's based on unnamed sources, not court evidence. Until those rulings hit, anybody saying he's definitely going to lose or she's definitely walking away with everything is giving predictions, not receipts. So, here's where we are. Kandi filed for divorce, originally saying, let's share custody and enforce the prenup. Todd responded asking for primary custody, pushing back on the prenup and leaving the door open for a different money split. Kandi amended her filing to say, if anyone's going to be primary, I want sole physical custody, and the Bravo footage proves he wasn't pressured when he signed. And now she's asking the judge to seal the case to protect the kids from having every detail of their parents' divorce dissected online, while she publicly admits she's emotionally broken trying to keep up appearances. In the background, there are source-based cheating allegations about him talking to other women. And over here, we're saying that's alleged, not in the filings, and we don't have real receipts on that part. What do you think, bestie? Should the prenup stand if the judge accepts the Bravo footage as evidence? Do you think either one of them will actually win primary custody, or will the court push a shared setup? And do you think the judge should seal this case given the kids and the level of public attention? Drop your thoughts respectfully in the comments. Reminder, don't harass Kandi. Don't harass Todd. Don't harass their kids, their family, or their lawyers. No threats, no doxing, no go attack their page mess. We read the filings, we sip the tea, and then we let these folks live their lives. You've been watching Receipts and Reasonable Doubt with Hunny Hearsay. Court tea, internet drama, and true mess. No gore. Hit follow/subscribe so you don't miss the next update, especially if the judge finally rules on custody, the prenup, or that motion to seal. And I'll see you on the next docket. Hey, it's your animated bestie, Hunny Hearsay. Don't forget, you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Hunny Hearsay so you never miss an episode of Receipts and Reasonable Doubt.